Love in our later years often carries a kind of beauty that is rarely spoken about. When we are young, love can feel like a storm, full of passion, desire, and the excitement of discovery. But as time goes on, that storm slowly settles into something more steady, more reliable, and often far more precious. In old age, love is no longer measured by flowers, candlelit dinners, or grand surprises. Instead, it shows itself in the little things. The way your partner remembers how you like your morning coffee, the gentle touch of a hand while crossing the street, or the quiet comfort of simply sitting side by side without needing words. This stage of love is not about impressing one another, but about sharing life's rhythms together, about being each other's anchor through the calm and the storms that still come. Many don't realize that what grows in these years is often the purest form of love, true companionship. And it is in this companionship that countless older adults discover a depth of connection, security, and joy that they never quite experienced before. Number 1, the shift from passion to companionship. When we think about love in our youth, we often remember the rush of excitement, the butterflies in the stomach, the sleepless nights, and the endless conversations that made hours feel like minutes. Young love is often filled with intensity, fueled by novelty and desire. But as we grow older, our understanding of love naturally evolves. What once felt like sparks and fire gradually transforms into warmth and steady light, like a candle that glows consistently through the night. Scientists have discovered that part of this change comes from the way our brains shift with age. In our 20s and 30s, dopamine, the chemical linked to excitement and reward, plays a big role in how we experience attraction. That's why romance at that stage can feel like an emotional roller coaster. But after the age of 60, the body releases more oxytocin and vasopressin, hormones connected with bonding, trust, and long-term attachment. This natural change encourages us to seek stability and comfort over drama and thrill. This shift is not a loss, but rather a gain. Instead of chasing after constant excitement, older adults begin to appreciate the power of simply being together. The beauty of companionship lies in the ordinary moments, the quiet breakfast, the shared glance when a familiar song plays, or the small jokes that only two people who've known each other for decades truly understand. These moments might not make headlines, but they are the true fabric of a lasting love story. Interestingly, many seniors describe this stage of love as more satisfying than the intensity of their younger years. Why? Because companionship removes the fear of being misunderstood or abandoned. At this point in life, partners often know each other so well that communication can happen without words. A sigh, a smile, or a subtle gesture can speak volumes. There's a comfort in knowing you don't have to perform or prove yourself. Your presence alone is enough. One thing that is rarely discussed is how companionship provides emotional security in ways that passion never could. Passion is exciting but can be unpredictable, often leaving people anxious about whether it will last. Companionship, on the other hand, offers reassurance. It says, "I'm here, even when the excitement fades, even when the days are ordinary, even when life gets hard." That kind of loyalty is deeply healing, especially in later life. Think of it like music. Young love might feel like a fast, thrilling melody that makes you want to dance. But in old age, love feels more like a timeless symphony, slower, richer, and layered with meaning. Each note carries history, memories, and the echo of shared experiences. It's not always dramatic, but it's deeply moving in a way that only time can create. Another fascinating aspect is how older couples often rediscover romance and simplicity. While younger people may equate romance with extravagant gifts or trips, many seniors find romance in holding hands during a doctor's visit, or in sitting together on the porch while the sun sets. These gestures may seem small, but for those who have walked through decades together, they carry more weight than flowers or chocolates ever could. Companionship also redefines intimacy. While physical passion may decrease, emotional intimacy often deepens. The sharing of secrets, the comfort of vulnerability, and the ability to truly be yourself without judgment. That becomes the new foundation of closeness. For many seniors, this intimacy feels even more profound than physical attraction because it connects heart to heart and soul to soul. It's important to note that this shift doesn't mean the spark of passion disappears completely. Many older adults still enjoy romance and even playful flirtation with their partners. The difference is that passion is no longer the main engine driving the relationship. It becomes a cherished bonus rather than a necessity. The true fuel is companionship, which keeps the bond strong even when physical energy fades. So the shift from passion to companionship is not something to mourn, but something to celebrate. It represents growth, maturity, and the arrival of a love that is steady, loyal, and enduring. In many ways, it is the love people spend their whole lives searching for. A love that doesn't depend on appearances or constant excitement, but on the deep, abiding joy of walking side by side through every season of life. Number 2, why companionship feels so fulfilling in old age. In our later years, companionship begins to carry a different weight. It's no longer just about having someone to share a meal with or talk to at the end of the day. It's about having a partner who understands the rhythm of your life, who knows your history, and who accepts you exactly as you are. That kind of connection creates a sense of fulfillment that passion alone could never sustain. One of the reasons companionship feels so deeply satisfying is perspective. By the time we reach our 60s, 70s, or 80s, we've lived through decades of challenges, responsibilities, and unexpected turns. We've raised families, built careers, faced losses, and celebrated victories. All of those experiences teach us what truly matters. And when a partner stands beside us through it all, love becomes less about perfection and more about presence. Psychologists often note that older couples tend to argue less, not because they never disagree, but because they've learned what's worth fighting for and what's worth letting go. This wisdom allows companionship to flourish. When you stop trying to change your partner and instead choose to appreciate them, love shifts from being conditional to unconditional. That's a major reason why so many seniors describe their relationships as easier and more peaceful compared to earlier stages of life. Companionship also brings the joy of being fully known. When you've shared decades together, there are no masks left to wear. Your partner has seen you at your best and your worst, through illness, financial struggles, and personal setbacks, and yet they still choose to stay. That kind of acceptance brings a deep emotional security that even the most passionate romance in youth can rarely match. Another source of fulfillment comes from shared memories. Every couple carries a library of moments that only they understand. The first home they bought, the inside jokes, the trips, the struggles overcome. Looking back on these memories together creates a sense of continuity and meaning. It reminds both partners that their lives are not just collections of individual experiences, but a shared story woven together over time. What many people don't realize is that companionship often enhances resilience. Studies show that seniors in strong, supportive relationships are more likely to recover from illness, adapt to life changes, and maintain a positive outlook. Why? Because they know they are not facing life alone. Even in the hardest seasons, having someone who says, "We'll get through this together," makes the challenges more bearable. Fulfillment also comes from the small daily rituals that give life structure and meaning. Whether it's cooking breakfast side by side, watching the evening news together, or simply walking hand in hand through the neighborhood, these repeated acts create a comforting rhythm. They remind us that life doesn't need to be dramatic to be meaningful. It can be beautiful in its consistency. There is also a spiritual dimension to companionship in old age. Many seniors describe a sense of gratitude for the time they have left together. Instead of rushing forward, they slow down and savor the present. This mindfulness, appreciating each shared laugh, each quiet evening, each sunrise watched together, creates a depth of joy that younger couples rarely experience. Another little-known benefit is that companionship often improves self-worth. As we age, society sometimes makes us feel invisible or less valued. but having a partner who continues to look at us with love and respect reinforces our sense of dignity. It reminds us that we still matter, not just to the world, but deeply and personally to someone we cherish. Ultimately, companionship feels so fulfilling in old age because it meets our deepest human need: connection. When the noise of ambition, status, and external validation fades, what remains is the desire to love and be loved, to walk through life with someone who truly sees us. And for those who are fortunate enough to experience it, companionship becomes the richest reward of growing older. Number 3, little-known benefits of love in later life. One of the most surprising truths about love in later life is that it has real, measurable effects on health. Studies show that seniors in loving, supportive relationships often live longer and experience fewer chronic illnesses. Love, it turns out, is not just an emotion. It is medicine for the body and soul. For example, companionship has been linked to lower blood pressure. When you share daily life with someone you trust, your body produces less cortisol, the stress hormone that damages the heart and immune system. A simple hug, a reassuring word, or the sound of a familiar voice can calm the nervous system more effectively than many realize. There's also evidence that companionship supports brain health. Seniors who enjoy close, loving relationships tend to show lower risks of cognitive decline and dementia. The reason is simple. Conversation, shared laughter, and emotional connection stimulate the brain in powerful ways. Love keeps the mind active, engaged, and resilient. Few people know that even the immune system grows stronger in the presence of companionship. Emotional support reduces inflammation in the body, which is linked to conditions like arthritis, heart disease, and diabetes. In other words, love doesn't just feel good, it strengthens the body's defenses against illness. Love in old age also helps with recovery. Seniors who undergo surgery or illness often heal faster when they have a loving partner by their side. Encouragement, gentle care, and simply knowing that someone is waiting for you at home can speed up healing in ways doctors are only beginning to fully understand. Another benefit that often goes unnoticed is how companionship promotes healthier habits. Couples tend to remind each other to take medication, eat well, and stay active. Something as simple as taking a walk together or preparing a balanced meal can improve not only health, but also mood and motivation. There is also an emotional benefit. Love in later life provides a buffer against loneliness and depression. Loneliness has been described by researchers as a silent epidemic among seniors, linked to higher mortality rates. But companionship, whether through a spouse, a partner, or even a close friend, creates a sense of belonging that protects mental health. Interestingly, companionship also nurtures a sense of purpose. Many older adults report that having someone to care for, to check in with, or to share daily routines with gives their life structure and meaning. Purpose is a powerful factor in longevity, often as important as exercise or diet. Spiritual and emotional well-being also benefit from love in later life. Many seniors describe their relationship as a source of peace, gratitude, and acceptance. This spiritual grounding can help them face life's final chapters with courage, comfort, and hope. Love becomes not only a bond between two people, but also a reminder of the beauty of life itself. So while society often celebrates the fiery passion of youth, the quiet companionship of old age holds its own remarkable gifts. Better health, sharper minds, longer lives, and fuller hearts. Love at this stage of life is not simply about romance. It is about resilience, healing, and the deep human need to walk through the journey of aging together. Number 4, beyond marriage, companionship in many forms. When people hear the word companionship, they often imagine a husband and wife who have been married for decades. While that image is beautiful, it is not the only way companionship appears in later life. In truth, companionship can be found in many forms, through friendships, community, family bonds, or even new relationships that blossom unexpectedly after loss. For widows and widowers, the idea of love may seem like a closed chapter. Yet many discover that companionship can reappear in surprising ways. Some find comfort in building deep friendships with neighbors, others connect through volunteer groups, and some even find new partners later in life. These bonds may not look like traditional romance, but they still offer the same sense of security, joy, and belonging. Close friendships in particular often become lifelines for seniors. A trusted friend who shares meals, listens to worries, and celebrates milestones can provide the same warmth as a spouse. In fact, researchers have found that seniors who nurture strong friendships live longer and report greater happiness, even more than those who rely only on family. Family bonds can also be a powerful form of companionship. Many older adults find deep fulfillment in their relationships with children, grandchildren, or even siblings. Sharing stories across generations, teaching traditions, or simply enjoying a family meal creates moments of connection that feed the soul. While it may not be romantic love, it is still a form of companionship that gives life meaning. Communities, too, play a major role in providing companionship. Senior centers, book clubs, religious groups, or even gardening clubs offer spaces where older adults can connect with others who share their interests. These groups often become a second family, creating support networks that fight loneliness and provide encouragement in everyday life. Technology has also opened new doors for companionship. Many seniors today use video calls, social media, and online groups to stay connected with loved ones or to meet new friends across the globe. While digital connection cannot fully replace face-to-face presence, it allows older adults to maintain relationships and feel less isolated, especially when distance or mobility is a challenge. Some find companionship in caregiving relationships. For example, an elderly parent cared for by an adult child may discover a new depth of love and connection through the daily acts of kindness, patience, and shared routines. These bonds, built on mutual respect and gratitude, often become among the most meaningful relationships of later life. Pets, too, can offer a surprising form of companionship. Many seniors describe their cats or dogs as loyal friends who bring comfort, reduce stress, and give them a sense of responsibility. A pet's unconditional love and presence can ease loneliness, encourage physical activity, and bring daily joy. While it may not be human companionship, it still nurtures emotional well-being in profound ways. What ties all these forms of companionship together is not romance, but connection. Whether it comes from a lifelong spouse, a neighbor, a church group, or a beloved pet, the essence is the same: knowing that someone cares, someone listens, and someone is there. This sense of being part of something bigger than oneself is what makes companionship so vital in old age. So beyond marriage, companionship takes countless shapes, each one valuable, each one capable of transforming the experience of aging. Love at this stage of life is not limited to romance. It is a wide embrace that includes friendship, family, community, and even the loyal company of animals. In every form, companionship reminds us that we are never meant to walk this journey alone. So, when love becomes true companionship in old age, it's not the end of romance. It's its highest form. It's love without pretense, love that endures, love that stays when everything else fades. And maybe, just maybe, that's the kind of love we were all searching for from the very beginning. As we grow older, we begin to realize that the most precious gift isn't wealth, success, or even youth. It's having someone who walks beside us through every storm and every sunrise. Companionship in later life is proof that love doesn't have to burn brightly to be real. Sometimes it glows gently, steadily, like a warm light guiding us home. Thank you for spending this moment with me. May your days be filled with love, laughter, and the companionship that makes life truly worth living. And if you have that kind of bond today, hold it close, cherish it, and let it remind you that the best chapters of love are often written in the golden years of life. If you found this video meaningful, Don't forget to stay connected with us. Hit the notification bell so you'll never miss the next inspiring story, and share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Until we meet again in the next video, may your days be filled with peace and joy.